Well, hello, everybody. How are we doing? Good to see some familiar names here. Gina and Daniel, thank you so much for joining. Sorry, I hear Henry coming in. We're going to do some dowsing rods. Yay! I have questions. Do you have questions? Many questions. If you do, please go ahead and put them in. I am well today. Thank you, Daniel. I hope you are too. Henry. I thought you said Jenry. So it's funny. Somebody called him Jenry in our family. I thought you were picking up on that. How funny. Well, hi, Kim. Good to see you. So I keep forgetting to change my banner. Bad. So put your current events questions in now if you would like. Let's see here. I'm going to change this to a scroll. There we go. All right. If you have questions, put them in. I have a list of current events questions. I mean, is there anything going on in our world? Yes. Lots. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Nivra. Good to see you. Hi, Craig. Great to see everybody. Well, it's time for some fun with the dowsing rods. Whoops. I'm dropping things. Okay. My trusty dowsing rods, and hopefully you guys will be able to see in this. Yeah. There we go. That's a good angle for them. Yeah, so I have lots of questions. I'll let you know which ones I've got here. Because inquiring minds want to know. I want to know if we're going to be going to war with Venezuela. I want to know about that business last weekend. I know it's old news at this point, but was Trump in the hospital? Was it an emergency visit? And what's going on with Melania and all that AI stuff? I have questions about Rudy G. Yes. Never, we're not going to do personal questions, but I do appreciate it. We'll do those on Saturday morning. Did Trump really pay for that girl from Epstein? The one with the big fake check or whatever that was? Probably. Well, the rods can do yes and no, but sometimes they just kind of sit there. And that's when usually it really feels to me like that is energy that they do not want us to know. Yeah. But Nivra, if I have time, I will ask your car question. Oh, I'm getting chills. Like they're coming, they're moving in, they're coming in. They know things are about to heat up. I also have questions about Epstein victims. Yes. I have questions about Israel and Gaza. Some things are happening there. Again. I have questions about UK and the pro-Palestine protests where many have been arrested. I also have some questions about, I don't have them jotted down. I have some questions here about CDC and about the ICE and National Guard being moved to Chicago. There's ICE activity in Boston. So things like that. Amanda, I see your question. Thank you. Yeah, and I might get to your question. Hi, Melody. Good to see you. Is it early in the morning there? Yes. Okay, Nivra, I like that question. Is Epstein still alive? I'll store some of your questions, and I'll weave them into the ones that I have here. But yes, indeed. Hi, Fatima. Nice to see you. Mr. Beegs, Mr. Beagle. I think that's a beagle, right? Nice. That's a very good question. Amanda, thank you. Lucy Lekich, good to see you. Oh, that's a good question too, Gina Halleck. He's kind of like the Terminator, isn't he? He just keeps popping back up. You can knock him down, but he pops back up. Oh, okay. All right. The gang's all here. Shall we get started? I just have a few questions of yours starred, but I will go ahead and weave them into my questions as we go forward. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna try to. Let me see what I can do here. Sorry, my my questions are the text is too big and it's in the way. There we go. Okay, now I can see them. Craig, you're gonna get a fillet of fish? I mean, Amanda? Are you going to McDonald's right now, Craig? Oh, I see. I see your question. That's a funny question. You are funny. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. And as the questions come, pop them up. I'll try to catch them and put them into weave them into my questions. Okay. When he hits the dirt. Yeah. Okay. I think I might go for something a little more swanky, like a bottle of Dom Perignon or something. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start with Venezuela. And I wanted to ask, so most people know that the Trump administration has bombed a boat in international waters that was off the coast of Venezuela. So will Venezuela retaliate against the U.S. for bombing a boat? And that's a yes. Yes. Hi, Carol Ann. Good to see you. Oh, good question, Daniel. I'm going to go ahead and star that. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you this question, Gina Halleck. Oh, thank you. My angel light. It's actually a little angel statue in front of my Himalayan salt lamp that was in my husband's office, but I stole it back because it's mine. I need the energy. Anyway, thank you. And hi, Polly. And hi, Rhonda. Good to see you. Gina, I had a question. Or Craig, do you all have the ability to star questions as they come in? I don't know if you're able to do that. I might have had to make you like a co-host. I think the answer is no. I think I just answered my question. Okay. All right. Thanks. Here we go. So will Venezuela retaliate against the U.S. for bombing the boat? There we go. Just another confirmation. Yes. Was the boat carrying drugs? That's a no. As you know, when it crosses, that's a yes. When it goes out, it's a no. Was the boat carrying humans for trafficking? Look at this. It's like almost, sort of. It just wants to come together, but it doesn't quite. Okay. Well, how do we interpret that? Not really sure. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's hard for me to drop the rods and then, star things, but that's okay. We can do it. We're good. The military should use these rods. You got that right. Oh, they're too stupid. Sorry. Not all of them, but the ones running the show are. Okay. Was the boat just carrying fishermen? That's kind of like it's a small yes. Okay. So here's how I'm going to interpret that. They weren't carrying drugs, and they weren't carrying humans for trafficking, but they were maybe up to no good somehow. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know how. All right. Is DJ T trying to start a war? Yes. Is he trying to depose President Maduro? Yes. Yeah. It's because Maduro's not in his pocket. He liked the old guy better. He could be manipulated. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to turn off the volume on my phone. Okay. And you may have seen that President Maduro has called October 1st Christmas. It's coming early because he's planning some things. He's putting 25,000 troops at their borders, like kind of daring Trump to cross the line. Okay, I'm going to move on. If you have any other questions there, pop them up. Now we're going to go on to Trump and Melania and some other things. Okay. Was Donald Trump at Walter Reed Hospital over Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend? Yeah. Look at that, guys. No hesitation. Was Melania really seen at the hospital? Yes. Was this an emergency visit to Walter Reed? Yes. Was DJT cured of his problems? No. Was he just patched up with prednisone or other medications to get him back on his feet? Yes. Okay. Does he have congestive heart failure? Yes. Does he have another health condition that we're not being told of in addition to congestive heart failure? Yes. Multiple things. Okay. So I'm going to go to Gina's question that you posted up here. And if you have any other questions about that, yeah, I suspected. Hi, Mountain Sunshine. Good to see you. You're welcome. Gina asks, will 45 be out of office by the end of this calendar year, 2025? There's a yes. Guys. All right. Any other questions I should ask there? I want to jump. I have some questions about Melania, but I next want to jump to a question that I have about Rudy Giuliani. And this sort of kind of made a small headline and then left over Labor Day weekend. Rudy, I don't know if you saw in the news, but Rudy was in this mysterious car accident, a serious one. Okay, I'll ask that question too, Gina. And this all plays together, so follow me. Stay with me here for a moment. So Rudy, was reported that Rudy was in New Hampshire with his security detail or somebody else who was driving. And as they were driving down the road, apparently some woman comes running out into the road, flags Rudy down, and he supposedly gets out and helps her, calls 911. Okay, so that right there is kind of odd, because it's pretty, if he had a driver or a security person, he probably would have had that person go help because he's a public figure and kind of a controversial one, right? Doesn't that seem strange? So then he gets back on the road, and this other person is driving, and they're cruising down the road. And within a few minutes, a car with a woman in it comes barreling down the road, smashes into the back of his car, and does some serious damage, like really injures him. He has broken vertebrae. He has other broken bones. I mean, like in serious condition. We're talking somebody was coming for him, in my opinion. They didn't say much more about it, but all they said was, "Oh, nothing to see here. This was not anything anybody needs to worry about." Right? Okay. My spidey sense says otherwise. And so I want to ask, was this car accident a planned hit on Rudy? Oh, whoa. Look at that. Okay. Now, I sound more and more like a conspiracy theorist, but I just immediately felt like it was over the weekend that DJT was in the hospital and JD was signaling that he's ready to go. The question I have is, do the powers behind JD eyeliner, you know who I'm talking about? Eyeliner boy, do the powers who are backing him, and we know there are many, Teal, Heritage, etc., do the powers want him gone because he's a known alcoholic and he has loose lips? Okay, so was this a hit by the forces behind JD? There's a yes. It took a second to get there. Are they forces who are behind DJT? Yes. Yes. Okay. It just seemed like it was, I mean, the whole story is so bizarre. I feel as if he was flagged down by this damsel in distress along the road to kind of get him in place for somebody else to come along, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for indulging me. All right. So as we're asking this, I'm going to take Gina's question and then Rhonda's real quick because they're on the same line. Will DJT step down by choice? That's a yes. That's a reluctant yes. So yeah, I mean, I think what could happen is he could say, "Oh, due to my health, I need to blah blah blah," but he really needs to get out of the way of some of the Epstein stuff, the election stuff, which we'll talk about. Okay, thank you. Good question. And then Rhonda asked the question, "Will eyeliner boy?" Is that rude? I like it. Will eyeliner boy be president in less than a year? Will eyeliner boy be president in less than a year? Yes. Okay. And I got your question, Craig, but I'm going to save that one till another time. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, so now I wanted to ask a question about Melania, who's kind of popped up in the news lately. Have we all seen Melania? Did you see she was sitting glaring? I mean, she looks angry. She looks very miserable. She was sitting at that table with the tech folks, with Zuckerberg, and I can't remember who else was there. Was that I can't remember. But anyway, it was a tech meeting in the White House, and she was like glaring. Anyway, and she has been assigned to kind of her new mission this this go around is to be the ambassador for uh, getting AI in the schools. Okay, so if yeah, let's ask. I have some questions. I have some questions about that. Okay, so was Melania made to host the AI task force in schools? Yes. Does she care about AI in schools? No. Is this just an effort to make her more visible? Yes. Hmm. Does she live full time in the White House with Trump? Nope. Is she in another relationship outside of Donald Trump with? Is she in another relationship? I heard a few. That's funny. I heard a few. Ooh. Okay. Are we surprised? Oh, it was Bill Gates. Yes, thank you. The Bill Gates thing really kind of breaks my heart because I wanted to believe that he was here for the right reasons, but I would be angry if I was married to him. I feel like she's just like my feeling is that Melania is pissed that she has to do this for another 4 years. I don't think it'll be 4, but I think she is pissed off. She thought she was going to skate, but no. Oh, okay, Daniel, I will ask that question. This is about JD, yes, about eyeliner. Will JD be president for less than a year? Kind of a slow yes. Will he be president for the better part of a year? Look at this. Is there something else that might come up in the meantime? Yes. Okay. Another good question. Was there something illicit in those trash bags that were thrown out of the White House windows? Was there something illicit in those trash bags that were thrown out of the White House windows? Yes. Gosh, what should we ask? Were they documents? Maybe. Were they medical supplies? Oh, oops. Okay. Yeah. Because this was right around the time that DJT went missing, right? He was gone from like Tuesday through the following Tuesday, like a week. Yeah. Okay. She's at least half crazy from her marriage. That's for sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So I've asked about Rudy G. I've asked about Melania. I wanted to ask now about the victims of Epstein and others. Okay. And feel free to chime in if anybody. I think somebody had a question corrected. Will the Epstein victims release a list of the offenders? That's a yes. If so, it doesn't want to uncross. If so, will they face threats or legal or physical from this? Yes. So they're really kind of taking their lives in their own hands to step forward. They're brave. I have a question. Is MTG sincere about her support for these women? No. Is she trying to get reelected with her support? Yes. When is she coming back up for a vote? Is it next year? She's crazy. Okay. Will we ever get the files? Will we ever get the files? Yes, we will. Will we get all of them? A slow yes. Will this be after DJT is gone from the White House? Yes. Will this be after this administration is finished, even with JD? Will this be after the administration is finished? No. Will this be the thing that ends the administration? Yeah, there's a yes. Okay. Hi, did Viviani pop in? Good to see you. Hi, Janet DC. I see a few more people that I didn't say hello to. Thanks for joining. Please put your questions in. Oh, okay. Craig asked, MTG is thinking this wasn't a question. Yes, she's just thinking about herself. She's trying to, I think she knows that she's been sidelined by the, by Trump. And I think she's trying to, she threw all of her eggs into that basket. And wondering, how she can revive her image. Okay, I have a few more questions from the gallery, and I want to ask, did Trump really pay for that girl from Epstein? There was something on the news about a big check he was holding. Did Trump really pay for that girl from Epstein? What? I thought I was going to say no. I think that was a joke, but was it a different girl than that check? Yes. Okay. All right. I still have some other questions about this, but I'll go to Nivra asks, is Epstein still alive on the planet? Is he still alive on the planet? No. I gotta know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other. Okay. Back to, I have a few more questions along these lines. Okay. So I said it was yes, we will get the files, but it seems like it's going to be a bit. But I'm going to just ask, if the girls release names, will this get the files rolling? Yeah. So they're really going to force the issue. Okay. Is DJT's name among the offenders? Is his name all over the files? A decisive yes. Okay. Was he complicit? This is what I wonder, I believe. Was DJT complicit in trafficking women through Mar-a-Lago and or his modeling agencies? There it is. That's a yes. Okay. Okay. Any other questions along those lines? So much to contemplate. I do want to ask, will the women be safe who have stepped forward? They will be safe. Okay. Yeah. One other tarot reader gets that Epstein is on Madagascar Island. Oh, wow. Wow. Want me to ask that? I don't know. I got a slow no, he's not living. Is Mr. Mr. Epstein still living on, is he living on Madagascar Island? That's a no. I got a no. So Henry's back here. Okay, so let's see. Any other questions? Just throw them in. Okay, I see a couple questions about tariffs. And I see some other questions, yeah. Oh, okay. I am going to ask your question, Craig. I think it was yours. So, along the lines of trafficking women, girls, I should say, underage girls, will Matt Gaetz ever be convicted in our lifetimes? That's like a big non-answer. That's so frustrating. I like I see the tariffs question. Thank you. Good. And recessions. You are so funny, Craig. Craig says, since something about Trump becoming natural fertilizer. Okay. All right. Gina says, I don't feel this energy on the planet. I don't either. But I don't think, I'm positive it was not suicide. It was not a self-inflicted wound. Let's put it that way. All right. If you have anything else, throw it in, but I'm going to move on to Israel. Israel has been really picking up the pace on their attack against Gaza and Hamas. And last night, they sent missiles into Qatar to target the Hamas leaders, who apparently they missed. Good question, Gina. Thank you. And then he also warned the people who live in Gaza City that they need to get out now because he's about to rain down holy hell on them. So, many questions. Many questions. So will Qatar, and he sent the missiles to Qatar to get the Hamas leaders. Will Qatar retaliate for this action? It's a slight yes. Will Qatar via Hamas? Will Hamas retaliate? Yes. Hamas will retaliate. Okay. So some of the Hamas leaders are living in Qatar. Okay. Will Netanyahu carry out on his threat to destroy Gaza City? It's a very small no. It looks bigger in this computer, but it's a sort of a small no. Is it conditional on whether the people leave? Yes. Okay. Are the people going to leave? Yes. That's a slight yes. Look at this. I don't feel like there are many of them there, to be honest with you. Okay. Yes. Prayers for the children of Gaza. Prayers for all of the people suffering in Gaza. I wish there would be peace over the entire planet. Absolutely. This world is a mess right now. The ETs are like, I'm not going down there. No way. All right. I have another question along the same lines. This was another really weird thing in the news. If you missed, I don't know if you saw it last week. Um, the former Prime Minister of the UK, Tony Blair, was in a meeting last week with Jared Kushner. I can't remember his name. He's like a foreign envoy for Trump, and they were meeting with Netanyahu. Weird, right? Tony Blair was president like during Bush, you know, G.W. Bush's years. So that's weird. Okay, so my question is, are they meeting to divvy up the land for development? Yes. Are they looking for mineral rights? No. Okay, Amanda. What? Be safe. Okay. Okay, so I don't have any other questions to ask there. Does anybody else? Is Tony Blair, um, does Tony Blair, is he putting money into this development? Yes. Okay. You have good questions, Daniel. I'm going to star that too. Okay. I have a couple more rounds of questions before I get to some of the others. Prayers for all in Gaza. Let's all, after we get off, let's all say a powerful prayer. Yes. Will they succeed in dividing Gaza? Okay, good question, Mr. Biggs. Whoops. I meant to just pop it up. There you go. Will they succeed in dividing Gaza? There we go. That's a yes. I mean, I heard in my ear they already have. It's tragic all the way around. Okay. This is another weird question related to the UK. So in the news yesterday, it was shown that 800 were arrested in a pro-Palestine protest. Okay, 800 in the UK were arrested in a pro-Palestine protest. So my question is, will the PM Keir Starmer suffer a backlash from this? Oh yes, he will. He's from the liberal group. Will there be more arrests coming? Will we see violence in the UK related to this? Somewhat. It's very small. Somewhat. So it must be like little pockets of violence. Golly. Oh, our world. All right. I want to ask now. I have questions about the CDC and the viruses. I talked to somebody yesterday who she just got over the for COVID, and she and her husband, and she said that it was the worst they've ever had it. This was their second or third time. Sick for 10 days. So now that the CDC is eliminating COVID vaccines for most people, and it happened to me because I was in Kaiser last week and I'm not yet 65. They're saying 65 and older. I was not allowed to get one. So anyway, and I work with kids, so I like to be protected. All right. So the question is, will the vaccine crackdown be reversed? Will this be reversed? So it's waggling, which for me can denote time. Yes, eventually. Will it be reversed after the first of the year. Yes. Okay. So it will be reversed in 2026. Yes. Okay. Will we see a big outbreak of flu or COVID this year? Yes. Okay. There will be. All right. In Alberta, Mr. B says, in Alberta, we have to pay for a COVID vaccine. I think I could probably pay for one, but when I at the where I go, for my medical treatment, Kaiser, I'm not sure if you have. I don't think you have that there, but they have these clinics. They used to just have a clinic after September where you could just walk in and get a flu shot and get a COVID shot. I never have had any reactions except for maybe a sore arm. So for me, it's worked fine. Gina, I know. Hold your ears. This planet is too violent. I know. I feel like we're trying to kind of face all of our demons all at once. Just get it all out. And the rest of us just have to hold space. Craig says the VA might let me have a COVID vaccine because I'm disabled with other conditions. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, let me ask this question too. Will Robert Bobby Kennedy Jr. will he still be the head of CDC, NIH, whatever he is, health, in 2026? Okay. So when it bobbles like that, again, I feel like it's going to take a little time. Will he be out of office by spring of next year? No. Dang it. Will it be out of office by summer of next year? Okay. Gina, ask your doctor, okay? It might be a situation where you just have to pay for it, like somebody had just said up there. Yeah, Mr. Beeks, you may just have to say, I'll pay out of pocket for it. But yeah, they just came out with a ruling, or I don't know if it's finalized, but so I got a text on my phone from Kaiser saying, okay, COVID shot and flu shot clinics open next week. In the meantime, RFK Jr. made this ruling that they were going to make them only available to the very young who are compromised or to over 65. Right. So anyway, that's what that's all about. But I think that some of the states are working state governors are working to make them available. Hi, Heather. That's my sister. Yeah. Will there be a resurgence of diseases due to vaccine rollbacks? Will there be a resurgence of, whoa, look at this. There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. It's kind of like we're going to have to find out, right? Okay. Darn. I have seen more people walking around with masks on around here. It's interesting, like in the grocery store or, just out and about. It's interesting. So, okay, I want to ask now. On that happy note, let's move to. Many of you are familiar. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. I met with Cheryl this week. Cheryl's in Hawaii. Many of you are familiar with the Substack called This Will Hold. And they've been doing a story, each week or every week or so. They like evidence about election fraud in 2024. and all the evidence that, we see from Election Truth Alliance and some of the anomalies in the numbers and in the down ballot stuff, and also in the hacking. And the most recent one came out claiming a third whistleblower. So there was the first whistleblower was a former CIA officer who retired this past year, who was aware, or I guess he retired this past year, but he knew that NSA had done an audit of the 2024 election in like November and December, and found that she won. The woman, Harris won. I mean, overwhelmingly, apparently. And they knew that there was a lot of evidence of some electronic tampering with the machines and support. So anyway, there's been a second whistleblower and now a third. And they're talking about now multinational involvement and other countries, other multinational companies, Heritage, and even Epstein has some links there. His network has some links in there. Israel, big time. So it sounds really implausible and crazy, but they have the goods. And my question is, first of all, I'm going to ask this again. I've asked it many times. Was there fraud in the election about, there we go. There was fraud in the election. Okay. Was this fraud all about money and power? Yes. Will these whistleblowers and Substacks, will this come to light in 2025? That's a yes. Will this come to the national news? Yes. Will we all be shocked at the extent of this fraud? Will we all be shocked and surprised? It's kind of like maybe, sorta, maybe not surprised. I mean, after all, DJT was saying, hey, we got a little secret, don't we, Mike? Right? He was talking to Mike Johnson. Or, hey, Elon Musk, he really knows about those machines in Pennsylvania, right? And they found all kinds of really crazy anomalies, like Harris got fewer votes than way down ballot tickets, like names in the Democratic Party, like for school board and things like that. They beat her out, which is almost unheard of. Most times if people go to vote, they're not gonna go to vote just for those folks and leave off the top of the ticket. They're just gonna vote for the top of the ticket, the presidential vote. Yeah. We won't be. The rest of the country, yes. You're right. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, let's see. She says, many think JD's time in the office will be short due to election interference. I think so too. But I think I've said this before and I will say it again. I think the Epstein stuff and it's like this worldwide network of incredible corruption, of greed and power. And all of them are tied together. Yes. Gina, I don't understand how this is allowed either. It's really frustrating for the rest of us who, we pay our taxes and we follow the rules and we get up every day and do what we have to do and work hard. And it's really hard to get ahead. And yet these people just come in and think that they can just literally own the planet. I think that's what their plan is. That's what I think their plan is. I don't think they will be successful. Yes, I don't need your vote. Exactly, Gina said. He said that as well. We don't need your vote. Yeah, we're never going to need you to vote again. The Epstein thing is really their Pizzagate. Janet says, surely this administration will be declared illegitimate. Can we ask that? Will this election, will this administration be declared illegitimate? Yes. Okay. Will that happen in 2025? No. Happen in 2026? Maybe like way out toward the end of 26. It might even be 27, honestly. So that's what I'm thinking, because I feel like there is going to have to we're going to have trial after trial after trial. Right. Can I ask one more question? And then I have a few more of your star questions. Is Jack Smith going to come back on the scene and tell what he knows? Yes. Okay. So let me ask some of your other questions that I didn't get to. Amanda asks, will 45 get the violent reaction he's hoping for in Chicago to justify his actions? That's what I worry about. Yeah. Will 45's troops be met with a violent reaction? It's like little. It's hard to tell there, but it's just kind of barely crossed. Will folks be mostly peaceful? Folks will be mostly peaceful, but I think there will be pockets of violence? Okay. Yeah, I worry about violence in Chicago. I'm not going to lie. This is a funny question, and we're going to ask this for you, Craig. After Trump is no longer on this planet and drawing breath on this planet, should we have a national thank you day for McDonald's? my dowsing rats say yes. We should have a national thank you day. Everybody go get, milkshake and French fries with lots of ketchup on the side. All right. Good question, Daniel. Will tariffs lead to recession? Will tariffs lead to recession? Look at that. No hesitation. Will we see recession by the end of 2025? Yes. Yes. Okay. It's going to be starting this fall. I think we're already seeing it, because the jobs numbers, they just downgraded the jobs numbers again. Even though he fired that lady, he didn't like her numbers. Okay. So I'm going to ask this question. Gina has a similar question. I'll ask this question first, and then we'll ask about. All right. Will Gavin Newsom be president one day? Oh, there you go. I wasn't really sure about that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Will Kamala Harris be made Attorney General? No. It feels like it would be something that would be floated, but not necessarily happen. And good question from Daniel. Again, excuse me. Annie Bear, welcome. We missed you. I know you always have questions, so throw them up here. We may have answered some of them. Okay. Will fusion become a common energy source in our lifetime? There's a yes, but it's kind of a small yes. Will it be replaced by another, what do they call it? 0 point energy source? Yes. That's kind of a light yes. Let's ask that again. Will we one day have a 0 point energy source? Yes. It's kind of again, sort of a small one, but um, okay. 0 point means, I think it means like free energy, basically. Not dollar signs, but like free doesn't resource free. Yeah, you're right, Janet. It doesn't look like he'll be leaving the planet this week. They pumped him full of steroids or something. Oh, okay, good question. Is the 3-eye atlas excuse me, a distraction? Okay. Is 3-eye atlas just a distraction? No. My dowsing rods are getting sluggish. Are you still here with us? Okay. Is the 3-eye atlas just a distraction? No. Okay. Is it actually an extraterrestrial spacecraft? Yeah, I got that before, right? Is it merely a comet? I'm kind of feeling, look at this. I'm hearing it depends on what you mean by comet. So, could it be a spacecraft and a comet? Perhaps, maybe a spacecraft masquerading as a comet? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Did I miss anything here? Because I am playing out of questions. I can ask, Nivra, are you still here? Nivra, did you have a question about getting a car? Oh, okay. Annie Bear has. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. And welcome to everyone who's here. I didn't introduce myself. I am Kelly Scarborough, also known as the Mystic Next Door. And I am so excited to be here. I love doing the dowsing rods with you. I try to come on once or once a week or maybe every other week and ask the relevant questions. So, yes, save us, alien spacecraft, beam me up. I'm ready to go too, Gina. All right. So Annie Bear, whoops, sorry. You asked if this is a part of our solar system. Is this entity a part of our solar system? It's like a sort of. Yeah. Did our solar system once have more planets than it currently does? Did our solar system have more planets? That's a yes. Good question. I want to ask this question. Hi Pamela, good to see you. Will, take off my glasses. Will 3-eye atlas, the comet or spacecraft or whatever it is, will it collide with anything in our solar system? Will it collide with anything in our solar system? That's a big ol' yes. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, will it collide with anything catastrophic and make a catastrophic explosion? No. Gina Halleck, will we be able to halt climate change? Will we be able to halt climate change? Yes, that's a yes. Thank you. Yes, please like, subscribe, do all the things. Please leave comments. I love to see your comments. I really enjoy seeing everybody here. Thank you. We have 29 lurkers. You like the color of my hair? Do you like my roots too? You know, my hair used to get darker and darker until it started getting lighter and lighter. Oh, will it hit any of Musk's let's say ask, will it hit any satellites? Will it hit any satellites? Nope. Okay. Okay. Any other questions before we say goodnight? For some of you, it's kind of late. It's a school night. Any more questions? Otherwise, I am just going to say good night and thank you for joining me. I should probably do this weekly because the news comes so fast and furiously. Thank you for all the hair compliments. I'm getting it cut this weekend. Getting my roots touched up, all the things. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone there. Annie Bear, Craig, Pamela, Fatima, Daniel, Melissa, Gina. I'm just going to scroll on up here and see who I'm missing. Amanda Carroll, I remember you were in the room. Janet DC. Who else am I missing? Yes. I know I'm missing some people. Carol Lamb. Nice to see you, Rhonda. Cheryl, good to see you as well. Mr. Beeks, welcome to all our Canadian friends as well. Sorry you guys have to listen to all of this American stuff. We're just screwing things up for everybody, aren't we? I don't accept. It's not me. Lucy Lekich. And did I say Craig Dixon? I think I did. All right. Viviani, so good to see you. So good. And I'm getting to the end of the list here. I just want to make sure I say hi, Polly. How are you? And I said Rhonda, right? Lucy Lekich, good to see you. And Gina Halleck, of course, if I didn't say your name 10 times, Gina. And Nivra, good to see you as well. And Rita, welcome. And I'm almost to the top of the list, I think. I'm getting there. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you all so much for coming. I will see you next Saturday for our personal questions. Bring your questions and we'll see if we have answers for you. Oh, John Medeiros, nice to see you. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Something going on with my internet. There we go.